most toxic relationship I've ever had was with myself. I used to think it was normal to shame myself, to be hard on myself, and to expect that that would motivate me. And it kind of did, but in such a wrong way. And let me tell you exactly why. So it may sound silly to some of you that I felt like this is a good way to motivate myself, but this is just how I was taught, and I think that sometimes it's funny how some things are normal for some people and they are just how you've always been and how it always have been in your family. And this is what people do not understand do not try to understand when it comes to communicating with others and meeting in the middle and trying to understand what this person is going through. But it's a thing for a whole different episode. But for most of my life, I used to be like, I'm not good enough, I need to do it better, I need to make it harder, how dare you stop right now when you've been working for 6 hours on something. And I'm like,
how dare you stop right now, you put so much time into this, you need to do better, you need to try harder, you are so stupid and dumb and everything like that.
I just used to shame myself so much that is just incredible how I lived through this whole abuse with my own mind. There was a moment in my life where I started thinking that maybe I need to go to therapy. What I understood then, that most of the problems with your self-worth are not coming from the outside, they are coming from the inside. And it was so funny to me, and it was so silly, because of course first you're grabbing it from the outer world, from your family, from your relationship, from how people treat you, and then you internalize it, some of the things you might have heard. Sometimes, and a lot of times to be honest, we usually take our insecurities, something that our mind produced, and make it into our beliefs about ourselves. And even before someone will say that
this stupid YouTuber, she's filming a video about unneeded, unnecessary topic, no one wants to hear this.
Before that sounds out loud, it sounds in your head because you believe it. You took it from somewhere and you internalized it. Either someone didn't believe in you, in your family, in your closest relationship, so now you do not believe in yourself. Or you are afraid of being seen by others. So you are trying to hide behind your insecurities to put some time and distance between you and the uncomfortable situation that will make you be seen by all these other people. So of course it's understandable. It's normal that we want to stay in our safe zone and try to be comfortable for as long as possible. But what is not okay is repeating such hateful things to yourself. Even if you're not saying them out loud, if it sounds in your head, if it sounds here in your ears, you hear it, it's so harmful to you. If it sounds familiar, you're not alone in this. There are sadly a lot of people who are going through the same things. No matter where it came from, you can do it. You can rewire your brain to not think this way. And it just comes from the place that most of us were never taught how to talk to ourselves kindly, how to really show up for ourselves with unconditional love. No matter what we did, no matter what we didn't do, we need to learn how to do that. So this week I decided to rewire my inner critic into my inner best friend. And what helps me a lot is to really imagine those two concepts as two people in my head. One of them is the inner critic and one of them is my inner best friend. And the inner critic always says, "You're lazy, you should be resting like this, you didn't even do enough. This is something that I hear all the time in my head, especially when you have ADHD. You leave so many things unfinished, or you get frustrated so easily, or you get restless so easily that you get feeling so guilty about not doing those things. But sometimes you get this power-up mode where you do everything and anything, and you're just in the move, and you just forget to drink water, breathe, and even talk to your loved ones, and forget that you have a partner in the other room. So not only I feel guilty about the stuff that I didn't do, I also feel guilty about the stuff that I did, and because of that stuff that I did, I didn't take enough care of myself. So if you're struggling with ADHD, that's another bump on the road that we're going through. So yeah, and also we have the inner best friend that I am trying to switch the volume up of, because I'm trying to listen and rewire my thoughts to only listen to my inner best friend. What is the inner best friend all about? If there's something you want to say to yourself, if you hear it in your head as a critique, a comment, would you say it to your friend? Would I ever say to my best friend that she's lazy and she's just never doing anything in the world and she just needs to get up and get it together? I would probably say that you need to get it together, but I would say it in such a kind and loving way so that she would know that I love her and I see her trying to do the thing, but maybe something is in a way, that maybe there are some things that appeared in her life that are in a way for her. So I would be really honest, but also really, really kind with trying to word my thoughts to her. And this is how I want you to treat yourself. I want you to, every time from now on, when you will want to critique yourself on some kind of way, I don't know, for not exercising today, I would want you to say, it's okay to take some days of rest, but we are not exercising just for marking it off. We are exercising for becoming healthier versions of ourselves. And this is the kind of mindset I am putting myself into. I understood that if I am not there for myself, who will be? Of course, there are people that will be there for me. Of course, there are friends, family, partner that will be there for me. But how can I count on them when I am talking myself down, when I'm nagging myself down? How can I be happy when I am literally making myself work harder, do something, try harder when no one even needs it? Only my inner critic, who is just spilling all of my insecurities into my life, making me miserable, making me tired, making me overwhelmed. We need to stop this. That's why I also hate this kind of advice on the internet. Oh, maybe you just didn't want it enough. Gosh, you're so toxic. And I know that when I work on my mindset and when I put in the work and when I add those two things up and I add a bit of luck, I add a bit of faith, nothing can stop me. And nothing can stop you if you do the same. So please, just be your best friend. Concentrate on reframing the way you look at things. Concentrate on being there for yourself. Concentrate on reaching those goals. Concentrate on believing you can. Because without the belief, you might not even try. Because you'll be like, okay, why should I even try? I can do this. I think I read it in this book that I'm currently reading, which is The Source by Dr. Tara Swart. But there was some quote saying something like, if you believe you can do it, you're right. If you don't believe you can do it, you're also right. Girl, do with that what you will. But that's what this whole thing is about. That's why you need to divide those people inside of your head. You need to not let one of them get to you. And you need to be in good relationships with your best friends. So treat yourself kindly, talk to yourself kindly. Don't you ever forget that glow up is real when it's deeper than just aesthetics. It's completely okay if your inner critic will get out of the prison of your mind some days. Just don't forget to come back to question, would I speak to someone I love that way? And always put her back in her place. If this helped you to reflect, don't forget to subscribe and come back for more. We're doing more rewiring next week. Be your own best friend and the rest will follow.